Hello, everyone. Good morning. I woke up this morning and I went on Twitter and I saw the fact that there had been a bit of like uh, anger, resentment, and all of that from people on the issue of the boy that was attacked, flag boy. So flag BOY. I see a lot of people using BOI. BOI, the BOI own is another person, but he is a flag boy. And so there were a bit of anger and resentment that, oh, people are not talking, the Labour Party hasn't said anything, the Peter Obi has not said anything and stuff like that. And I saw this one here who says, I think his name is Maurice Moye, and he said, and Labour Party has not said anything about this. The biggest beneficiaries of this boys' activities, I will leave it at that for now. You may hate his style, but you have to love Showore for standing up to injustice anywhere. Because Showore had tweeted about it. So one of the things that I'm going to do here is to absolutely take responsibility for Peter Obi's behalf, and I'm going to explain to you in a bit. I believe in stating things the way they are. That's one of the that's the way I am able to do what I do. Whether I'm at fault, I will come out and tell you that I'm at fault. This thing, it's mine. I failed. I goofed. If I do well, I don't need to say anything about it. The results will speak for themselves. But there are certain things also in the allegation that are not factual that I'm going to look into. Yesterday, I spent my time thinking, should I call Peter Obi or should I not call him? Should I? Because we had done setting this, they were like, okay, I'm gonna give you 1 week to rest. Let's continue to do what we're doing. And I kept thinking, should I? The first thing that came to my mind was that, okay, first of all, let's establish the fact. He can't be one who, the moment there's a tweet, then, oh, you now go out and tweet. Everything has to be based on, what do you call this thing now, empirical evidence. So when I saw, and then I kept thinking, should they? Then I said, okay, no, let me allow him since the things are going on. It was not factual that nobody was with him or nobody was going to him. From the moment I saw that tweet, and then I went and I did a tweet. For those who followed my Twitter handle, I did a tweet and I said, has anybody reached out to him? I went into his DM and then I saw that he had shared his number. I called his number. So we started speaking from when he had gone to the first hospital, second hospital. He said he was going to the third, up till he got to the third. And then I made some calls. Normally when I do things, I keep them in the background. I don't have time for, oh, you did this. Because for me, I don't even want to do it. I always tell people, I would rather prefer there's a system that is doing it. And I reached out to quite a number and they started mobilizing and getting people. So I can confidently say there were about I had like FS Yusuf, I had reached out to Akin Tollgate, Salvation, that's from the campaign and party, this thing, that's when they, Madmo, Bishop, there's also, I'm not going to mention her name, my assistant, though I was not supposed to I had to put her on it because she's in Lagos. I'm like, get this thing, let's get people to him, because all I wanted, first of all, let's have that people mobilized around him. So I kept calling him all throughout, got to the hospital by the time they were doing injection and everything, checking him, the hospital. They didn't have X-ray, admitted him for today. They're going to continue the whole thing. So there was a lot that was going on. Yes, I'm not speaking for Labour Party. I don't know. I can't distinguish. But for me, I'm making this because I see a lot of people who are already calling out Peter Obi that he didn't tweet about this, that, oh, if it was to call whatever, and at this day, don't call Peter Obi out, call me out. Yeah, that's me, because I was supposed to have given him that information. One of the things that he constantly says, and I'm saying this now because I see all of this thing happening, is that he wants to know what is happening. He wants to know the truth. He's that person. That's why if you see most of, even if I don't tweet about, he wants to hear, he wants to be criticized. He wants me to tell him this is what is not being done right. This is that, this is it. And I've really been doing that to him. This information, I will take responsibility. I did not pass it. I did not get that to him to say, oh, this is what is happening, then for him to make that decision and all of that. But the most important thing for me for yesterday, throughout yesterday, up until in the evening, I think I even spoke, when I called him Flagboy, I spoke to Bishop, they were already there. By the time people had come, because I kept in touch with him, and even when I kept, a lot of people kept in touch with him. So many people were calling and being with him, because sometimes when I go off the phone, I'm calling again, I can't reach him because his line is busy. And then when I got there, they were now with him. I think there's a Prince, is it Prince princess and other people. There are so many people I don't know their names. So it's not true for anyone to say that, they abandoned him or something. Not at all. No, as soon as that message was out, because if I can't even speak for anybody, I can speak for myself. I've goofed on one part, I didn't do what I was supposed to do, because for me, I was weighing it. And in a way, because one of the things that I never do is to be reactionary, and we must never do that. And we must always ensure that, we don't get Peter Obi in a situation whereby, he can't just be tweeting on everything. We have to first of all get the empirical evidence. Yes, there has been an attack. Yes, this is it. Yes, this is that. Yes, these are the situation. And then he goes on. And so for me, I would say right now, I would say to everyone, I'm sorry. I take responsibility for that. If I had informed him earlier, if I had informed him and he didn't tweet, I would say, it's not my responsibility. That's his own. But those are part of the things that I was supposed to have done, and I didn't do it, and I take absolutely responsibility for that. But then everything that needed to be done behind the scene was being done. The first thing for me was not about tweeting. I don't tweet. All of this is when I do things like this behind, I never talk about them. I'm never going to call you and say that, I spoke. Go through my timeline. Only few cases, I don't know, maybe very distinct. To me to come and say, I've called this person, no, I don't talk about those things. And it comes maybe from my religious distinct, where you say, you do with your right hand, your left hand shouldn't know. But then in politics and in leadership and in governance, optics is everything. Things have to be said. And so this is, for me, this is the message. So if you want to go at Peter Obi, if you want to attack him, attack me, because I would say this is on me. This isn't on him. But there are things that is going to be on him. He go carry him by himself. Honestly, but on this one, I would say this is it. So it's not as if he's one who he doesn't care. Like, I see some of the people who are already tweeting, and I totally understand some of the members who are feeling whether should I call it angry, betrayed, or something, that they don't have their back. This is something he really feels for everyone. He has your back. One of the things also we must ensure is that the government does what it's supposed to do. Violence is not the way out. Violence is not the way out. The government is the one with the machinery to prevent violence. It's not the candidate. And he doesn't, when will we hold him fully accountable for security would be when he gets sworn in on May 29th, 2023. Anything that happens to anybody, by the grace of God, it will be on Peter Obi in terms of security, because he will be the commander-in-chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria by that time. But before then, he also has to be like, he's also an individual trying to talk to people and all of that. But we'll continue to work on this issue of security. What this has shown to us also, there are some lapses that we need to have, and then we'll deploy that more as we talk security. Everywhere we need to have groups and teams, and everywhere we need to have numbers that people can call. We need to be able to say, if it's Lagos, here, Oshodi, this one, that one, Lekki, here, who are the people that can be called within this area? Who are the people that can be organized within these areas? Things happen, bad things happen in everywhere. But the thing is that when mistakes are made, is that you learn from the mistakes and then you go on from that mistake. Continue to make the same mistake over and over again is where the foolishness is. And I will never be one to stand for foolishness. So what do we do that right now? Okay, this thing has happened. It has taught us that there needs to be a more efficient response team. So every area, there should be how many areas? For example, let's map up Lagos. How many areas in Lagos? Where are the places we should have response team? Should we have response team in all the local governments? Then look at other states. Where are the response teams for all the other states? Should we have all the 704 local government? Let's create some response team. Let's do some, apart from local government now, then each local government break it down to certain amount of areas, wards, whatever, so that if anything happens, we can easily deploy this thing here. If anything happens, at the end of the day, we've got each other. It's each other that we've had, and we must continue to understand that we are doing something that a lot of people don't want to be done. The thing is that what we're trying to fight is independence is the shackle that has been put around Nigeria since 1960. We got our independence from the colonialists, but we never got our independence from the bad rulers. So there are people who have held on to Nigeria. They see Nigeria as their property. It's not even, forget about it's not even the Atikus and the Tinubus you are fighting. No. It's their Baba that brother. Those 60, with this class of 60 something they call them, that have been in Nigeria, that have taken Nigeria as their personal thing, and have been the ones that have been sharing who becomes what. All of these people that you see that we are talking about, if you see that when you're talking about, for example, like the Tinubu and Atiku, you see them related to all of that class that has been coming down. Is it the Abachas and the whatever? They have all been in that corridor of power, and they have been the ones. So it's like their boys and their stooges that are finally going in now. So you are coming in now to try to take this away from them, so that we are going to have a lot of, pushback. And that's why when I was at that violence space, the other, is it violence space you guys call it? It's called VAWULENCE, space. And I said, the enemies are not the ones you're calling cash TVs. Those are nothing. There are so many enemies that don't want Nigeria to progress, that don't want Nigeria to do anything, that will come at us with everything that they've got. And they've always unleashed violence. And violence is they're in their DNA. So we must look for ways to counter that and ensure that we are ahead of them. We will not become evil like them. We will not use violence for violence. It's not that we don't have the capacity to do, but everybody can destroy. Destruction is the easiest thing to do. Building is the most difficult thing to do, and it is building that we are committed to, building that we are saying that we are going to be doing, not destruction. So what we do, we'll stay a step ahead of them, so that they won't get us down with that violence. And so at this moment is to go back and then look at what are the things, what are the lapses we've seen from here, what can we do, what can we mitigate, what can we do to prevent next one, so that we are not reactive, we are proactive, and all of that. And I want to say to every obedient member, to the obedient family, stay strong, stay strong, stay strong, be focused. You're doing something that a lot don't want to be done. They told you that you didn't have anything. You've proven them wrong. Now they've seen that indeed you have something. Keep going. Don't give up. Don't relent. We are stronger together. And if anything happens to one person, it happens to all of us. For me, yesterday, that was the message that kept drawing me as I run this thing. Said, I'm in Abuja, I'm not in Lagos. Even when I spoke to him, I said, I can't be here, but I kept in touch with him all throughout the phone. I said, we're in this together. If they touch any one of us, they touch every one of us. And yesterday, that commitment was shown. They rallied around, and I see this, Maurice Moye also did a tweet later and talked about the people that have called him. He said, FAS have called this guy. A lot of people have called him, and, the party sent in their members. The volunteers group sending in their member. One of them was even doing a space. Bishop, he went in there. That is the spirit of unity. That is the spirit of being unrelenting attitude. That is the spirit of, we are in this together. Let's keep it up. Don't waver. That's what they want. They want to instill fear. They want to instill fear and continue the atrocities that they've always been doing. Don't allow that fear sink in. Whatever it is that we'll strategize. We'll always ensure that we are ahead of them. They said this can happen. It's happening. So let's keep on. We have about 5 months to go towards the election. We'll keep fighting for the country that we all believe in. Thank you so much for listening to me. And once again, I sincerely apologize for not doing as much as I should have in ensuring that Peter Obi got that message of what happened to this young boy. I was focused more on getting the boy the treatment, ensuring he was okay and everything, and wanted to have more empirical evidence before he does anything, because we never want a situation whereby we don't want a knee-jerk reaction. But I see also now, there's also a need for people to know that something is being watched. So a message that would have simply said something like, we've gotten this report, we are following the situation, and say, would have sufficed. Thank you very much. But every day we'll learn. And like I always say to people, I will make mistakes in whatever capacity as a human being, as a Nigerian, and I'm never afraid of making mistakes. But what I always do is learn from the mistakes, never make the mistakes again, be stronger, and be passionate to learning more and doing better. Thank you, and bye.